Hey everyone, going to show you a flip through of my Traveller's Notebook insert. So this is what I made for the Elf Antics for the year of 2017. So I have used some supplies from the Scrapping Fun Kit's Christmas kit and Christmas embellishment kit and the Kitaholic Kit's December documented kit. So there's lots of different goodies in here, and some pages I made exclusively with each kit and some I've mixed a little. So I'll kind of let you know a little, and hopefully it won't be too long of a video. But let me know, give me some love down below, let me know what you liked or what you didn't like, and just I'm very interested to see and hear about what you've enjoyed. So this is the first page. The elf didn't turn up on the first day of December this year, so I just documented that by using, this is actually the stamp kit from the normal December kit from Kitaholics. But then I used these, some embellishments from the Scrapping Fun. I used my punch to cut that out and inked up the sides. These are the numbers from Scrapping Fun kits, and I've used them on every day. So my handmade flower in this lovely mistletoe. Going on to the second page, this is where we discovered that the naughty elf was coming this year, not the actual normal cheeky elf that we had last year. So I've just backed that page with a piece of paper from the Kitaholic kits, and I've used some ribbon out of my stash and some twine and just decorated that nicely. Then you turn it over and you can see there was ribbon on this side from there and the twine. So I've actually made it a, what do I want to call it? A feature on this side. I added this ribbon here, this special really cool ribbon from the Scrapping Fun kits, and then this little word that I cut out, and then I used my Uniball pen to create a little bit of a dotted feature around it. And then I put an arrow because the elf is sitting on top of our heater and he stole our Christmas movies. So the day when he arrived, this one back here, he stole the boys' advent calendars, which is why they're looking a bit puzzled. So that day he'd returned the advent calendars and stole their movies. And that day is the day we decided to decorate the tree and put the tree up. So I've just put an extra page in here just to document that, because the next day, the elf stole the tree. Goodness gracious. So this is a little note that the elf made. He used my supplies, naughty elf. And then I've embellished from the kit from the Scrapping Fun kit. So there was this wood piece that we got, this lovely bling, little cut apart, and these awesome pins. Can I get it out? So they're little, sort of like sewing pins. They got these lovely enamel shapes on the top. So I just stuck it in underneath there. And this little charm, I've taped it down so it stayed where I wanted. And this lovely punchinella that I've cut down. Added the star on both sides as a little tab hanging out. And this little word from the Kitaholic kits. So moving along, this one is just using mostly my stash. These are the two doilies from Scrapping Fun kits. And I use this as a little gift tag that I've cut down. Get it? It's ho squared, but ho tripled maybe? So that it's like ho, 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 because you normally say Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho 3 times. Anyway, ho 3. Anyway, so it's the 4th day, and Max was found looking pretty guilty and holding the money boxes like he'd stolen money. So I got this play money and I glued it on there as a little bit of an embellishment. I thought that was a pretty clever idea. When I first got the money out of the packet, I was like, oh, I wonder if I could do this, if I could make it work, and I really love how that turned out. So moving along, another one embellished by the Scrappy Fun kits. So I used a doily on either side to repeat the pattern. Let me actually keep it in focus for you. Used a bit of the washi tape and the bling and 2 of these enamel pins, and some journaling. So the boys woke up, they'd had coffee cups, the Garfield coffee cups, but he obviously stole the money from their money box to purchase them. Very naughty elf. So my boys decided, well, yeah, they both decided this day that they would use all their army toys and things like that to tie up the elf so that he couldn't be naughty when they were asleep. So let's see how that worked. So he's sitting on a box of rubbish, on a bag of rubbish. He tied them all up. So this is just a like a filler card from the Scrapping Fun kits, and I've just used it as a border. Some tiny words from Project Kitaholic kits, and this little lovely tab from the Kitaholics, and this bow and the label. And this behind here is the paper bag that we got in the Scrapping Fun kits. So he tied them up, got out of it, put them in the rubbish, but then my son decided to write a letter this time and say, "Give back the tree or else." And he tied him up even stronger and used some Warhammer figures, hoping that that would work even stronger than the day before. However, this is when Wolfie attended and had to come and rescue him. So he wrote a letter back to Patrick. I've just gently embellished it, put some paper on the background. There's the other side of the tab, some sequins and stars that we got, and some tiny words. This is the Kitaholic kits, this page. Moving along, another Kitaholic page. This one is my son had written again. Give back Zach, which was our elf from last year. Otherwise, every second day I'll have to torture you. And he said that he had to Santa had to come and rescue him so that he now knows he's naughty. I've just put some little sprinklings around the page, bordered them up with paper from the kit, and then I've put a tab on here with one of the 1-inch circles and one on the other side just to give it a bit of uniformity. And this one has a lot of photos because my youngest son decided to say sorry and write a nice note, and because he was kind, Max the elf brought back the Christmas tree, left it outside, so the boys had to bring it back inside. Bit of work. Anyway, I just dug into my washi tape. I actually started by doing the middle because it looked like with the photos that way it just needed something in the middle, and then I continued to do a whole pile of washi because why not? So I got the little tag here, the number 9, and a ribbon bow, like a paper bow. I really like them out of the Kitaholic kits. So number 10, this page I just got from Riot. They had like Christmas paper for 10 cents. Oh, sorry if you can hear my chair making all that noise. Look, I used one of those snowflakes from the Kitaholic kits as a bordering piece. I was going on and on about them and the DIY embellishment kit when I made them. And they made DIY embellishments and I couldn't do it, and then I have. So put some little bits and pieces. I've just folded over a label here to make it a tab. Added some mistletoe and a word, some words. Something pretty simple. So this one here so what was happening here? Oh, the boys made him a bed and Wolfie a bed and gave them some food. So they were being nice now. And then day 11 and 12, they continued to sleep. So that was pretty funny. I actually didn't do anything on the back. I could maybe go back and do some journaling. Anyway, so this is a paper bag from the Scrapping Fun kits. Just some little embellishments from the Kitaholics and the paper from the Riot shop. Just use my gold thick pen. What is it? Oh yeah, Faber-Castell Pit pen. Got a black one and a gold one just from Ecclesey's, and they are lovely. Moving along, just bordered it with one of these Project Life cards from the Kitaholic kits. Added this lovely big word that was in the ephemera, mistletoe. Used one of the phrase words and the alphabet stickers to spell out Christmas milk. Put number 13 from the Scrapping Fun kits and left a whole pile of blank space because it just looked like the way it needed to be. So he dyed the full cream milk red, pinky red, and the lactose-free milk green. So Christmas colours, hence Christmas milk. So that was pretty fun. Oh, turn the page. Number 14. So December 14. Oh, bit of glue from the sequin. So just use these little ephemera squares. They look like they're 2 by 2 inch squares. That would be lovely in one of those Project Life inserts. But I've just laid them up here, made a diagonal effect, and just used some Project Life cards that I've cut and joined together to back this photo. Just added some beautiful little sprinkling of sequins and a star and some words. So you don't have to go all out. Something so, minor looks so striking and makes a page great. So day 15, he's hanging around in the shower, because why not? Used a star and to back the word. What is it? The number. And then use the tag from the Kidaholic kits. Bit of thread and some stars. Actually, this said something on this tag, and I changed it to add this label here. It's fishtail banner. I can't remember what it said. And use my tabs here, my labels, to make another sticky out part. And this tag overhangs as well. So it actually looks really cool. I like the fact that things are hanging out. I did have to try and be a bit more thoughtful about putting things up the top, because apparently I like to have things at the bottom because my photos sit at the bottom a lot, if you can see. So I had to think about it a bit more when I was working on it, which will be helpful when I work on my other Christmas album. So day 16, I had a lot of these strips of paper in the Kidaholic kits, and it was driving me crazy every time I'd look through things. So I decided to base that as the start of this page and added these lovely photos. So they found the Max and Woofy hiding in the tree, and they instead found them, pulled them out and made them a bed. So my boys were using... Oh, I've missed a photo. Look, he's in a dress here. Oh no, I think it's in a dress there. I think actually day 11 he was sleeping, and day 12 he was getting a dress. He woke up with a dress on. I'm going to have to go back and have a look for a photo and see if I can add a page in there somehow. Oh, I just realised that. Goodness, sorry. Tangent, that was kind of related, but you didn't really need to worry about it. I need to fix that up for myself. Anyway, so because he got that dress on, my boys were holding him by the dress and just carefully putting him and placing him around so that he didn't get touched and lose his magic. So once I put the papers on and the photos down, the tag, I just put some sprinkling of sequins and stickers and that big label to write the journaling. So this is a bit thick because of the layers of paper. That's okay, we can make it work. So this lovely little trim came in the Scrapping Fun kits. So that goes lovely across the edge, hanging off. And then this lovely twine as well matches in. I did use these parts from the Kidaholics, but then the homemade flare, the bling, and this beautiful handmade flower that Raylene made all comes from Scrapping Fun kits. So rather than this part, this is a Scrapping Fun kits page. So I just love, this is where it was where I started to make texture be included. So I went back and did some of these labels and things, but this is really where I thought, oh yeah, brilliant. I've got enough space, I can do it. Never mind about it, it can happen. So that looks lovely on the back as well. And then this one is another simple one. Added the border, some words and some stars. This lovely ribbon which was left over from the page at the front. So that came in Scrapping Fun Kits embellishment kit. And I've just used Alpha's Time to Eat so that it balances out the words. So he had some little, the boys found out they were razors, but he was eating his dinner when he got caught. So this one is pretty funny. So my son woke up and he read this note and it says, "Mwahaha," and in brackets, evil laugh. He says, "love," and then that's crossed out and says, "hate," from Max. And my son, which is a really blurry photo because he was tired, and then I had to go out early so I didn't get a photo of my other son, even though he told me he got a photo of himself. But of course, he obviously forgot. Max had drawn a moustache on the boys, so that was pretty funny. So yeah, it's a bit blurry, but you get the idea. So I just cut this punchinella. There's nothing in the back. It's a little cut it in half, so there's plenty of punchinella to be used. And I use this chipboard word, which is from the Scrapping Fun kits as well. The punchinella from the Scrapping Fun kits. And I've just added this tag, this little word, I guess, this little cut part from Kitaholics, just so something was hanging out. So this day they woke up and there was wrapping paper races. So these are the lovely alphas from Scrapping Fun kits. And I've just boarded, used the background paper as a background, framed the photos up and used the letters alphas there and the numbers up. Stay there. So that's that page. And then he was found trying to parachute his way home, but the parachute landed on the Christmas tree. So I used the snowflake again, cut it in half and added it to the corners and then used a diagonal, this time going this way rather than this way. Stars across the page because I actually cut that photo because it wouldn't sit on the fold properly, and the star was a perfect size to fit on the fold. But I'm so proud of myself using those snowflakes. It looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like snowflakes. It looks like a really pretty decoration. And on the 23rd, he was using alfoil to make a rocket with the Christmas tree. He was really desperate to get home the last couple of days, and you'll see why on the next day. But I've just used some of those Project Life cards again as a backing, as some layering for the photos. This is half a Project Life card that was cut off, and I just used it because of the lines. And in fact, just going to draw some lines under here so that it matches. Well, that was a messy line. Oh, that's okay. This lovely ornament die cut from Kitaholics and some sequins and this lovely wood veneer triangles that look like Christmas trees. And I actually added these staples here onto the photo layers, but they're not on the Traveler's Notebook insert page. That way you get the look of the staples because it's holding all those layers together rather than gluing them, but it doesn't go through to the other page. So that's a little trick if you want to use staples in your Traveler's Notebook. And then day 24, he used all the chocolate reindeers and tried to get himself home. He put a Santa suit on. It was hilarious and left a note. So here's this little cute Santa hat, which is made out of felt from the Scrapping Fun kits. Got some reindeer from Kitaholics, and I've just used the Project Life card that Max was naughty and stole from my stash and wrote on. So he was saying, I'm going home. I need to be at the North Pole on Christmas Eve to be naughty and stop Santa from delivering presents. But reindeer need Rudolph to fly, unless it's like they are made. It's useless. It's like they are made of chocolate or something. From Max. So they really were made of chocolate, which is quite funny. Just made a doodly border, and that's the end of my lovely thick Traveler's Notebook. I had so much fun. Once I started, I couldn't stop. I wanted to do it, and I did it in 2 sittings. The first day I did up to day 10, I believe, with a friend, with Amy. And then I continued on New Year's Day and completed it. So it was a nice little thing to start the new year off. And I thought I'd like to share it with you, and hopefully you've enjoyed that. So I'll do some close-ups so that you can see some more details in the close-up photos. But some of the pages that I really love, I love this one here. And then I love the fact that the back is here with this lovely, lovely, lovely trim. What's one of the other ones? I love the balance on this page. So that was really cool. See, I like them all, but there's some that are, like, I really love that present paper on the background. It's like when you make, and that one's so simple and lovely. It's like when and I love this design. I'm cutting myself off. I'm that excited. It's like when you make any project. There's things that you absolutely love, and there's things that you just love as well. So you love the project, but there's things that you absolutely love in it. So yes, so thank you for watching, and that's going to go in with my other traveller's notebooks, and we're going to cherish that and enjoy that for sure. So coming up, hopefully, when my son gets a bit of a time to scrap himself, he is going to make his album, his traveller's notebook insert actually, with the same set of photos. And look how thin, that's how thin it started, and that's how thick it ended up. Can you see that? Yeah. So that's pretty fun. But the stitching has held through, there's nothing wrong. You can see the stitching in the middle is absolutely fine. So when I was building, I was back up to like this page, and I was like, oh no, it's starting to get too thick. I'm not going to be able to work on it. And then when I got to the middle, it just lays nice, pretty flat. Pretty flat. So it worked well. Don't be afraid to go with it. Have some fun. Oops, I just threw that on my shelf where my camera is attached, which is why you're shaking. Anyway, it's late at night, which is why I'm rambling, and you've probably clicked off a long time ago because I finished showing you a little while ago. I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye.